Beep, 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 beep. That is hi in Morse code. All right. And the reason I did that is because you're on the Anime Dads and Dudes podcast, which we're Morse code. All right. We're Morse code related. Have you watched the new Morse code anime, my co host, Bjorvio?
I thought you were going to say the name of the anime while you were doing that, which is called My Morse Code. Um, it's a very romantic anime. I've only seen the first three episodes. It made me cry during the second episode. A little bit of a rough start, but man, that second episode just hit me square in the feels. Cannot wait to watch more.
And you know what's good about it? There's no sub or dub argument because it's just beeping. The
hmm
whole show. There's no sub,
I'm
there's
so
no
glad they
dub.
brought in R2D2 for the third episode.
It's good guest appearance. No,
Right.
welcome to the show. We're very happy to be here together talking about anime and all things anime related. As we do always, how we start the show, we do our improv questions where we do two questions today, two questions that are improv based, and the answers are improv as well. They are anime related and they're fun and exciting and cool, just like us. Um, and Bjorvio is going to start with his improv questions for me, the anime dad, aka Reilly, aka Morse Code Man.
All right, Morse Code Man. So we're going to start this off on the topic of Morse code. Now, have you ever seen a cardboard box when it gets wet?
Yeah.
Okay. So R Rengoku has also seen a cardboard box when it gets wet, and this was his reasoning for his hilt or his blade guard being looking in the shape of a flame, so he could warm all of the cardboard boxes. However,
Mm.
in doing so, he's also learned that when he slices demons, the best way to do so is when he slices them, he does so in Morse code. So he always says destroy while he's slicing it, but he
Oh
says
my
it in Morse
goodness.
code, okay?
That's genius.
If you were to slice a demon using Morse code, what word would you say while doing so?
Oh my goodness. That is great. Destroy sounds like so many slices.
Beep, 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 beep. You don't get to be a Hashira for nothing.
I would just I would just say because it's one slice, all right? I'm a one slice man. It's a new anime coming out. One Slice Man. It's about a guy who works at a Subway. He only needs one slice to open up those beautiful bread pieces of bread. But yeah, that's all I'd need. Destroy is overkill, I reckon. I reckon by the he'd be gone. He'd be gone.
All right.
What's your next question for me, sir?
I dig that. I dig that. Okay. So, speaking of dig, have you ever seen a cardboard box when it gets wet?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. The reason I'm asking is because sometimes what you want to do when a cardboard box gets wet is you want to dig a hole and put it in the ground, okay? So I once summoned a bunch of diglets in order to dig a hole that I could bury this cardboard box, and then after about 4 hours, undug the hole and it was still soaking wet. It needed more time. So I dug it, buried it, and then about 12 hours later, I pulled it up and it was dry cardboard. I was like, yay,
What the
what
heck?
anime protagonist could dry the cardboard faster?
That's amazing. I've never heard that before. That's incredible. All I can imagine is little earthworms blowing on the cardboard underground. Um, it would definitely have to be Master Roshi with that fan of his. Remember that giant fan in Dragon Ball?
Oh yeah, the one that we saw like in the first like 3 or 4 episodes of Dragon Ball and then never saw again.
Yep. He lost it or used it as a coaster or something like that. Um, but it would have to be that. And, nothing would be better than it would dry it, destroy it, and kill those earthworms at the same time. But it would be worth it.
Yeah, all I
Um,
said was it had to dry. I never said it had to stay intact. So hey, fair point.
all right. Well, on the topic of cardboard and Morse code, if you if you if you had to make a an outfit out of cardboard, okay, an outfit out of cardboard, and you had to be an anime character in that particular outfit, and go to a cosplay convention. Now the outfit can only take you 1 hour to make, and it has to be a full body thing. You can't see any part of your body. What would you make and why?
Oh, that's a good one. I think it need to be something kind of simple.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna go with Vegeta's Bad Man outfit from that he wears when he's going to fight Frieza. Because then people would be like, that's pretty casual. I could use, you know, colors aren't it's not over the top in your face. You could easily get something for that. It's easily recognizable. And if someone says you did a bad job, you just get to yell at them as Vegeta, which is also in character. So I think that's perfect.
That's really smart. That's really smart. And more simple. I was thinking Alphonse Elric because it's like a
Oh, that one's good.
full body, but that makes more sense. Your Vegeta one. Now,
You could
second
also go as
question.
a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Oh, oh my goodness, that's a great idea. Have you seen that before? Have that happened?
I don't know. I'm sure someone's probably gone as a Yu-Gi-Oh card, but like just the back alone would be really cool for that. Like you don't even really have to do that much. Just give me a Sharpie and you're good to go.
Your face is like Blue Eyes White Dragon. Um, all right, my second and best question. Let's pretend you woke up in a world where people only wore pajamas. Um, and they don't watch anime on the TV. They watch it on what and why?
They watch it through sound vibrations produced by musical instruments. So what they do is if they want to watch an anime, it's like having to learn a song. They have to learn how to play it and then they can see the vibrations and that's how they have to watch it, which really stinks for people that watch One Piece because they've had to learn over 1,000 songs.
That's true. That would make a lot more effort to watch anime, but I like that a lot. I actually heard recently that radio frequencies can send images like that. It's amazing, and you get like an app, and they send an image through the radio frequency, and it can connect to that. So makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. I like that a lot. Um, all right, let's get into the bulk, the depth, the width, the length of our discussion today, Bjorvio. What are we listening to, talking about, and hearing?
Today we're talking about wet cardboard. Have you ever seen it get wet before? No, I'm kidding.
Call back.
Um, so for the next few minutes, you are going to listen to two people get into a 3v3 Pokemon battle, live and recorded on this podcast. Now, if you off topic from improv, but if you were to be a Pokemon trainer, what would your trainer name be? Or I guess
Great.
what name are you announcing yourself as in this?
Mm. That would be it. I'd be no, no. I'd probably be. I'm always. I played this game when I was younger, and I've never been able to find it again. Legend of the Dragoon, and
Hmm.
on PlayStation 1 and or 2, I think 1. And the guy's name was Dart, and I've loved that name since then as my adventure name. So Dart Lightfoot would be my name. What about yours?
All right. So Bjorvio's pretty unique name, but I'm gonna add something to it just to make it sound cool. I'm gonna say because obviously I would be a water trainer, so I would call myself uh Bjorvio, the dripping wet.
Oh my goodness.
Because I would always like walk into battle like just with it like all of my like with all of my like trainer uniform on, just completely like I
So
just got out of the pool. Like my hair's wet. Like, hey, we need to hurry this up because I need a towel.
you are definitely a water guy. Now, how are we going about this? Are we doing starters? Are we doing because I've got a few options. Are we doing evolutions, which I can asteroid it down? What's our plan?
So the way I did it is I I'm gonna do the final stage evolution of my Pokemon. I picked one that's gonna be like my starter, but it's not actually a starter, but if I had to, like which one I would go with.
Hmm.
Um and then I also came up with a couple of their move pools. We don't have to get that detailed if you don't want to, but
Hmm.
um Yeah, I'm just I say kind of like we've been doing recently, let's flip a coin, heads and tails, and that'll determine who goes first and second.
Go for it.
All right. Do you want heads or do you want tails?
I'd take a head. Heads.
Okay. Here we go. Ready? Heads. You go first.
Yes. What coin is that, by the way?
I flipped the case to my earbuds that are near me.
Do you guys have coin? You do have coins in America, right? You got like
Yeah, we still have coins. I think the closest actual coin I have, hang on, it's a Jedi coin that I got from Disney World. Hang on. I'll show you right quick.
well, that needs to be
Here you
something you
go.
carry around with you at all times. Oh, that's beautiful. What does the backside
Yeah,
say?
and
Oh,
most of
nice.
it's in the Star Wars language, but it says "Death yet the Force," which is a part of the Jedi code.
I love it. I love it. That's beautiful. Well, the first person I play down is he's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, and I don't think I've spoken about him before, but he's absolutely. I've always liked him. I've always liked him, and he's a fighting type Pokemon. Um, his name is Machamp. 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 And he's got some good attacks, but he's quite powerful. He's quite sturdy. He's got that dynamic punch. He's obviously a fighting type Pokemon that which doesn't really impact. I'm assuming you go water type, but so I was gonna try go fire. I don't know. Was fire good against water?
No, grasses though.
Oh, sorry. I'm glad I didn't do fire then. But I placed him down, and he's pretty powerful, and he's gonna squish that Squirtle of yours, that's for sure. Who's your first place?
Well, I decided not to use Squirtle. That's just going to be my starter. That I'm not using because
Okay.
he's a little cute boy. But you're right. I'm going to start off with a water type, but it's not a solo water type. This is a Pokemon that I have used in a couple of games, and I always find myself coming back to it. And that Pokemon is Kingdra.
Kingdra. What does Kingdra look like?
So it's the evolution of Horsey and then Seadra and then Kingdra. So it looks like a seahorse. Um,
Ah.
it's a water dragon type. So
Ooh.
it's only weak to, I think, other dragon types and fairy types. Um, and I don't know why. It's a very powerful Pokemon, but I've always loved it. I think especially being someone who is so invested in water types that it's one of the one of my favorite offensive Pokemon. So the move pools that I would use, obviously it's Dragon, so I'd have to go with Dragon Dance to boost its attack and speed. Um, the move Wave Crash, which is a water type move. I would go Outrage. And then depending on whether or not I use Dragon Dance, like if that was the thing I was going to do permanently, I would either teach it Rest to
Hmm.
regain some of its HP or Ice Beam.
Very good. Okay, I think you take that battle. That's a powerful pull. Hey, can you just demonstrate for those watching on YouTube what a dragon dance looks like? Okay, very good. That's for those listening. Bjorvio just did a triple black backflip and then landed it on his head and then did a spin. Um,
Yeah, gave myself a haircut in the process with the carpet burn.
that's a really good pull.
Since I went, since you went first this time, is it fair for me to go first this time?
It is more than fair.
All right. All right. So I got a Pokemon that it's a little so my last one's more of a physical attacker. This one I wanted to go with a special attacker. Um and it's not and it's a Pokemon that I feel like it's overlooked a lot, but I definitely have used it before and it's a it's a powerhouse. It's a funny looking powerhouse. It's not one people expect to be a powerhouse and it's often forgotten about, but it's pretty good. I'm going to go with the fairy type Pokemon Florges, which looks like a bunch of flowers.
Oh, okay. Have you used them quite a bit? By the way, those listening and watching, we've been playing this Pokemon game. It's been a lot of fun, and that's why this is on our mind. Have you used it a lot in the battle?
I did in my original. I don't remember if it was X and Y or Sun and Moon playthrough. One of those two I did. I
Hmm.
want to say it was X and Y. And then there was another Switch game I used it with. I've used it, I think, twice, but I got it pretty late game, so both times I think. So it was kind of like I didn't have to use it for long. But yeah, it's a pretty sweet Pokemon, and I always forget that it's not a grass type because it looks like it should be, but it's a fairy type. But it can learn
Ah,
grass moves, which is interesting, like Solar Beam, which is pretty cool, especially when paired with the move Sunny Day, because then Solar Beam does not have to charge a turn. It just bada bing, bada boom, blasts it all over the place. That's pretty cool. I like Solar Beam. It's a powerful move. Um, I would also, obviously, it has to know some fairy moves, so I'd go Moonblast
yeah.
to be a very strong fairy move. And then the other one I would do is probably Draining Kiss, just so I could regain some HP. It's not a super strong move, but
Is that when you kiss? You just walk over and kiss the other Pokemon trainer on the head? Give him a full kiss.
surprisingly, I think the flower has to do it. So it's actually more pleasant that way because you get a very pleasant, sweet aroma while it does that, while it steals your life force. So it's almost worth it.
Okay, that sounds real. I would love to be kissed by a flower. That steals your life force. That sounds like an alien freak movie. Um,
Right?
but that's a good one. That's a really good pull. Uh, my pull is actually similar on a similar vein. Um, he's a grass type, um, and I've used him in Sword and Shield quite significantly over the past year and a bit. He's my main man. All right. He comes from Grookey, and he is Rillaboom.
That's
You
a
know,
good Pokemon.
yeah, I like him. He's cool. He's cool. He's only grass. He doesn't do. He packs a lot of punch. Um, he's got some really good abilities and moves. He's got a grassy surge thing in the game where he can, obviously sets up grassy terrain, makes him a bit stronger. Um, he's got those giant drums in front of him, which I just think makes him look pretty gangster, pretty cool, pretty cool. He's got knockoff, he's got U-turn, wood hammer, and grassy glide. And to be honest, I'm not sure who would win, me and you, or you in that particular matchup. Yours was
I
Fairy,
don't
though.
know. Mine's fairy, but I don't think I think grass damages me normally. So I think but I think you have higher attack than I have defense.
Who would win in
So
a like a dance battle? Would you say?
I don't know if you could compare them having a dance battle because you'd be causing the beat, right? And then I'm a flower, so I'm dancing to the beat, but I can't make the rhythm, and you're too busy billing your drum to dance. So I think it's a tie in that
All
regard.
all right, final question. Who would win in chess? Because this would make a difference.
Oh, Grookey, 100%. Or whatever
Rillaboom.
your evolution's name is. Thank you.
Does yours have opposable thumbs?
I think it does actually. I think it holds on to a flower. So I think so.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go first in the last round if that's okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's another
Yeah.
Pokemon that I hold dear to my heart, and it's one that again have used quite regularly. He's powerful, strong. He's a dragon type, which I like a lot. And his name is cardboard face. No, no, it's Dragonite. He's a dragon flying type Pokemon. Um, he's got quite a few abilities, but he's got obviously Dragon Dance like you had, Outrage like you had, Earthquake, which I like because it's rock and steel electric, covers them. Um, and then Fire Punch as well, which is significant as well. It makes quite a damage. So he's versatile. He's got a combination of strong moves, and that's why I chose him. And also, wouldn't want to ride around on a Dragon Knight all day?
I would. I mean, 100%. It's a Dragonite. Like, it sounds amazing. And you're right. Dragonite is a very strong, very good Pokemon. Like, it's a pain in the butt to level up, but name a dragon type that isn't.
That's true. Cardboard Face it levels up pretty quick, but what is Dragon type as well? What is your final pull, my good sir?
All right. So I pulled a Pokemon. It's a Generation 3 Pokemon that has been near and dear to my heart since I first played Sapphire. I haven't got a chance to play with or to use this Pokemon on a team for a while, but I did in the DLC of Pokemon Scarlet, Scarlet and Violet. I got to use it there, and it was really cool. So that was, and so I've recently rediscovered how much I love this Pokemon. I love its typing. I love its moves. The only thing I don't love is evolving it because it's a dragon type, and that is Flygon.
I like Flygon. Flygon's a cool Pokemon.
It is, isn't it? It's one of those like very, very cool design, very unique throughout its evolution process, which I'm totally here for. Very great move set. Obviously it has moves like Earthquake, Dragon Dance, Fly, Crunch, things like that. Um, yeah, it is more of a physical attacking dragon. So if you're going to use dragon type moves, you would need things like Dragon Claw rather than Draco Meteor. I mean, you could use Draco Meteor if you wanted to, but um, I guess Outrage would probably be another really good one. So it does also have some coverage moves as well, like Flamethrower. I think it also has a lightning one, but I don't remember which one it is. A couple of grass moves here and there, a couple of bug type moves. So it's got good coverage, and pretty solid stats. But honestly, I think um, if we're talking about Flygon and Dragonite, I don't know, man. I think I want to say Dragonite.
Uh,
Dragonite can beat it out.
let's get a third person opinion. Okay. Who would win in a hypothetical battle in Pokemon versus with Flygon and Dragonite?
In a battle between Flygon and Dragonite in Pokémon, it could be a close match, but Dragonite might have the upper hand. Dragonite has higher base stats overall, particularly in
Yep.
attack and special defense, giving it a bit of an advantage. However, Flygon's ground typing can be useful against Dragonite's electric moves, and it can learn moves like Dragon Claw or Outrage to hit Dragonite's weakness.
All right. What would they?
It will likely
What would they say to each other to start the battle? Let's pretend they had a silly voice each with different accents. You act it out. What would they say to each other? Go.
Flygon with a high-pitched, playful tone. Oh, Dragonite, are you ready for a whirlwind of fun? Let's see if you can keep up with my sandstorm. Dragonite with a
Oh, gosh.
deep, booming voice. Ho ho, Flygon, my friend. Prepare yourself for a battle of epic proportions.
That sounds a bit like Thick Thunder a little bit, but all right, pretty close, and a good matchup. I'm glad we chose dragon types for that final. Now you know how Ash Ketchum has "Go Pikachu" and stuff like that. He has particular sayings. What are three sayings that you would say when you throw your Pokemon out or when they're struggling and need motivation and help?
The most obvious is when I throw them out, it would be like, Kingdra, now you are here. Something like that. Or if I had a fire type, it'd be like, set your heart ablaze.
Yes.
Something like that. If they, or like, I guess if they were getting down, like losing the fight, I'd be like, all right, set your heart ablaze. Come on, let's go. You got this. I'd also give, like, if they were doing really well, I would be like, woohoo! Let's go get candy after this if you do really, really good. But if you start stinking, I'm gonna get you tropical Skittles because I don't like those.
Yeah, I think I'd be the same. I'd be like, go to the fetal position. you know, or pull his hair, or you know, something like that. You know, I would be, yeah, I'd be cool. I'd be cool. I'd love, bro. When will a virtual reality Pokemon simulator come into play where we can be in the Pokemon world and me versus you, check out your Pokeball type thing? I think that would be incredible.
That would be awesome. I could just I thought of another phrase, so I'll use this in the example where we like put on our headset, we become like Charizard and Blastoise. So you're like flying around using flamethrower, and then I summon my Blastoise and I'm like, Blastoise, roll for initiative. And it's over here, blasting with Hydro Pump and stuff like that.
Maybe I can just imagine him stopping there and throwing little blue dice. Um, very good, very good. Good choices and good moves. Now, let's pretend you're a Pokemon trainer coming to a Pokestop, all right, and your Pokemon are severely injured. All right. You choose a voice. Hey, so these are quite bad. I mean, they're on the brink of death. What the heck did you do to them?
I beat him up.
So that's not respectful to the Pokemon. That is not good. This one looks like its ear has been half bitten off.
Oh no, that was from a previous fight. Are you gonna heal him or not? I mean, we gotta get back to training.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I'll try, but it's gonna take some time. How much time do you have?
Um, Give or take about 20 minutes, and then I gotta beat up Midoriya.
Right. Okay. Well, I just wanted to let you know, Pokemon aren't supposed to train other Pokemon, sir. You seem to be a Pokemon yourself based on your look. Um, and I can see while you're talking there are some little flames coming out of your hands. So we're gonna get someone to come out here, and it's fine. They'll be your trainer. They'll be very good to you.
Touch me and I'll teach you why they call me Flame Explosion, Great Explosion, Murder God Dynamite.
Well, thanks for that. That must be your Pokemon name. That's fine. It's a good name. Hard to say. I'm gonna shorten it to Great Explosion. Okay, is that all right?
Okay, first off, how dare you shorten my name? I'm gonna be the next #1 hero. Say my name with some respect. Second off, there's no one that's gonna come out here and train me, okay? I'm gonna be the next #1 hero. If anything, I'm gonna train them!
Do you want a little snack? We got these like little snacks. You have one of these snacks and come a little closer to this cage.
Well, I am kind of hungry. Why is it made out of wet cardboard?
Very good. Bro, he'd be a great Pokemon. You just chuck him out. He'd be like a Charizard level, like anger. And
Oh yeah. Could you imagine like Tachan, I choose you! Bakugo! Bakugo!
bro, that needs to happen somehow. Some animator needs to chuck that up. Very, very good. All right, well, take us out with a voice of your choosing and take us home, my good man Bjorvio.
Beep 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 boop boop beep beep beep. Sorry, I guess not everyone can understand Morse code. Hold on, let me try again. Well, hello there. I'm All Might, and for those of you that don't understand Morse code, allow me to interpret what was just said. Thank you so much for listening to the Anime Dudes and the Anime Dads podcast. We appreciate your patronage to our channel, and we hope you have a wonderful day. We hope that you are the true heroes in this world and bring light and justice to anyone or any situation that needs it. Please come back next week, where we have yet another fantastical and amazing episode for you. And by the way, have you ever heard about cardboard when it gets wet? It's apparently very sticky and nasty. But anyway, that's besides the point. What was that thing? Oh, yes. Go beyond!
Beyond. Plus
Plus Ultra!
Ultra.
Ha ha ha!